Welcome to a week in my life as a brand designer and illustrator trying to start her own business. So I hope you guys have a great week. I think my week was quite okay as I'm trying to make up some progress in my life. In this video, I will be splitting it to a few sections. What I do for the week and what I learned this week and what am I grateful for this week. So I actually have a list of it on my monitor screen right now, so I'm gonna read it out and while explaining the experience behind it. Yeah. So what I do for this week, so last week I said that I wanted to try drawing every day. I did try it this week, but because I resigned from my current company, I was swamped with work and I didn't have time to even pick up my pencil to do any art or anything. But I did manage to get 2 days in, but the rest of the week, yeah, I was just swamped with work. I can show you guys right here. So this is day 1. So I tried drawing on my iPad digitally, but for some reason I wasn't feeling or connecting to the feeling of wanting to draw, the feeling of drawing traditionally when I'm drawing digitally. So I decided to, instead of trying to force myself to draw it digitally, I'll just be comfortable with what I like, which is drawing traditionally. So I just practice the face for my drawings because it's been a while since I draw anything, so I just practice on the face first. Maybe sometime this week I will practice on hands or body poses and stuff like that. And then there's the second day, my mind was actually blank, so I tried to force myself to doodle a bit, which is bread. The thing that came to my mind was bread, so this is what I doodled. And yeah, so hopefully this week I will have more drawing doodles to show you guys by the end of the week. Oh, and the reason why the video is a bit late, there's gonna be released a bit late, is because I couldn't record it properly. My house recently has a construction, so there's a lot of construction noises and I can't record it properly. Yeah. So another thing that happened this week was I decided to get an early release from my current workplace. So I put in my notice period, but I couldn't stand it because I'm leaving, but they kind of just dumped a whole load of workload on me just because I'm leaving. So I decided to get a release early, and thankfully my HR understands. So she agreed to convince my boss to release me early. Yeah. So I also managed to finalize my legal documents for my freelance business, and I think I mentioned it last week that I was trying to finalize it. My aunt is she's a lawyer, and I reached out to her to help me with the contract, and thankfully she was willing to help me without any payment. Yeah. So another thing is that I joined a freelancing community, so there was an opportunity where this freelancer on Instagram, she said that she's going to open up a WhatsApp group for freelancers, so I joined in. It was pretty fun. Once in a while when they ask for advice, I try my best to help them with their design and everything. Next is if you guys didn't know, that I'm actually trying to build my capital to fund my art business, as mentioned last week. So because I resigned my job, I actually haven't gotten any offer letter yet, but I was in the middle of a job interview and an assessment, and hopefully they can get back to me by Monday with a job offer and an offer letter. Yeah. And I mentioned to you guys last week that I wanted to clean my second desk next to me. I did, and now I use that for my art. So I don't know if you guys can see it. So basically basically I threw out my garbage and now I have my cutting board here. Normally when I draw traditionally, I have a cutting board so that any dust underneath my table wouldn't affect my drawing. So yeah, this is like a snack that I bought yesterday because of the packaging. I felt that's like really cute. Maybe I will reach out to the business owner because I feel like I would like to help them design a logo. So I did prepare a list of potential clients that I can work with for my freelance business. And for that, I need to like reach out to them for cold messaging or email like that. Yeah. So going to the second section, what I learned this week. So recently I bought a new book for myself. It's like a self-help book, something to like how to make first impression to people. So one of the things that I learned was that I have trouble communicating or presenting myself professionally, especially when it comes to work. So my mind will go like, what do I say when I first meet someone, especially someone that I can potentially network or potentially work with. So I read this book. I'm not done with it yet. It was like the first few chapters of it. So what I learned is that one of the things that could help make a first impression is actually remembering people's name. So this is like really important to me, at least, because before I started my university, my younger days, my high school, my middle school days, I used to be able to remember everyone's name. People's in my class, even people from other classes, even though I rarely interact with them. But after I entered university, I have like this really memory fog, I guess you could say, like this fog in my head that I cannot remember anyone's name unless they interact with me more than 5 times. So whenever like my friends from uni introduce me to someone in their class, this person is really cool, she's my project mate and stuff like that, I would like, oh alright. Then after that we never interact later on and I don't remember their name at all. So that's like really bad. It doesn't seem bad at first, but it's now that I think about it, it is really bad because for over the past few years and after my graduation, there are people who like come up to me or come up to my friends indirectly, like say, oh, they remember Ameera, which is me. They remember me, but I do not remember them at all. So it's like really bad because I could have potentially talked to them or something like that, but I don't remember how we first interacted. I don't remember their name. I don't remember how we met. So that is like really bad for me. And with that, I actually just like brush it off. I brush it off by saying it's probably just one of my side effects for my depression, and I have like memory fog. It's just a side effect. But I never really like try to improve the situation I was in. Try to repeat their names in my head or try to have a method of remembering their name. I absolutely did not even try. But right now I will try my best. When I call their name, when they introduce themselves, I would try to, when I talk to them, I'll try to include their name in a conversation for me to remember their name. So yeah, that is like one of the few things that I learned this week. So the second thing I learned is to smile when I want to have a good impression. So this is something I can understand because personally, I do not like my own smile. Yeah. So I can understand why smiling is something that could make a good impression, because if you smile, it might make someone's day and it might like set the mood for a conversation. Yeah. So the thing is with my smile is that I am very conscious about my look, because I used to be bullied for my looks when I was younger. So I get past it already, but it's just like a habit. When I smile to people, in the first, let's say, 5 minutes of the conversation, but then I slowly loses my smile, which like it probably will affect someone's like how they read into the mood of the conversation or how I react to their conversation. So I start to frown, and when I frown, I have this like really tired face or a resting bitch face. Like I look like this. I look really tired. It make people kind of like want to back off sometimes. So I will have to work on it. Not probably. I have to work on it to keep up my smile when I have a conversation, so that people will enjoy the conversation with me. So from the business point of view, the third thing that I learned is I think like when I was trying to get work done, I put on like a podcast for to listen to while I'm doing my work. So one of the things that I learned is about pricing strategy when it comes to freelancing. So one of the things and issue about freelancing, I think every freelancer knows, is that about pricing. When clients say your services is too expensive, so most of the time people's first reaction is to lower their prices when they hear things like that. So what I learned is that, for example, if someone comes to you and say, I want a full branding package for $300, but your starting packages for full branding packages is like $600. So instead of lowering your price, like saying, oh, I can do it for $300, instead you should remind your clients the value that you can give to their business. So you will lay out in the package, for example, there's like logo designs, there's collaterals, or there is like brand strategy, stuff like that. You lay it out to them and said that which one is like the most important to them in their business. And let's say, for example, they say the logo is the most important to them, and then you said, okay, I can just do the logo for you for the price for the budget you have. So I think that's really good strategy. So like it kind of reminds their client the value that you can bring to their business without compromising your own business. But what do you think? So like, do you guys have any other like pricing strategy that you have in your business? You guys can leave a comment below and educate me about it. So because I'm still new, and I will try to read them and I'll reply to them. So the last section is what I am grateful for this week. So first thing, I am grateful for my ex-colleague. I think I mentioned earlier that I was going through a job interview and assessment. So my ex-colleague moved to a new company, and in her company there was a vacancy open up for a job that I could be similar. It's like similar to what I do. So she recommended me, and I decided to try the vacancy. So I handed in my resume, and yeah, I went through the interview and assessment already. So I'm grateful that she trusted my ability and give me the opportunity. And second thing is the HR of the company that I recently left. So she's actually a really nice person and really understanding. When I wanted to be released early from my notice period, I explained to her what's going on, and she just like, I understand that this is too much, and she said that she can talk to my boss about it and release me early, which is like something that I'm really grateful for. And third is that I'm grateful for myself that I put my foot down to respect my own boundaries instead of ignoring it, because I have this really bad mindset of mine where it's like, if something that someone else can do, like for example, I have colleagues that could tolerate toxic work environments, they just like tolerate it, but I cannot. I value and respect myself a lot and my mental health, and I'm glad that I didn't push through it. I would like ignore my emotions and just do whatever my workplace wants me to do, even if it's like out of my job scope, and like ignoring the stress that have been giving me. I'm just grateful for myself that I put my foot down, respect my boundaries instead of ignoring it. So lastly, something that I'm really grateful for is my aunt. She is like giving me the head start for my business, for giving me like for finalizing my legal documents for my business. So yeah, that's all that happened to me this week. So if you guys have anything that you are curious about, for like for example what I learned this week and stuff like that, you guys can leave a comment down below. And thank you all for watching this video. Bye bye. See you guys next week.